I think before I say anything, I just kind of want to say, I'm not looking for I guess, I'm not looking for any sympathy going forward, or I just want to kind of tell my side, and pretty much my side of the story. And yeah, I'm not really yeah, I turned notifications off. I Yeah, I'm not looking for sympathy. I just kind of want to tell what my last month's been like and regarding everything. Like I said, I think I'm just trying to keep the community updated, you guys, the melee community, and kind of just want to update. Um, and I think that's kind of where I'm at, and I just want to kind of, talk about that. And I think first of all, I just want to say, I'm just sorry about the whole situation. It fucking sucked. I think, for everybody involved and me, and I think if you supported me, my fans, and like, I'm sure it fucking sucked ass for everybody. I think it was, it just sucked. And I've said that a million times over the last month, but I think, I think it just sucked. I think for everybody. And, I think, just sorry to everybody again. I've said, a million times to everybody, but everybody that was involved at the event, close friends, family, I've handled my, apologies and talking to people like off stream, and, I've done a lot of chatting, and I talked to people. How that went, I think, is really nobody's business except, mine and the people involved. And, I think, I've handled that the best I could. And, I feel like, I've talked to everybody, I've talked to friends, and I feel like I've handled it, and I've done, what I can to, make things better or try to make amends. So, in that regard, it sucks that it happened, and I'm fucking sorry. I'm not trying to, downplay it. And I, hopefully, want to try to put it behind me so I can, move on. And, I think a lot of people forgave me, and I talked to a lot of people. So, that's, more important to me than like with the general, like, what the internet thinks of me and whatnot. So I think, I've handled that, and I've done that the best I can. I really feel like I've, tried really hard to handle the best I could. And I think I'm okay with that going forward. And I think that's where I'm at. So again, I just want to apologize to everybody. I know it sucks if you're a Mang0's fan and you felt let down, or, whatever. I'm sure it sucked. It sucked for everybody. So, I just want to say that, kind of get that off my chest. And so I think people are wondering, like, where have I been? What have I been doing? And, honestly, like, just been spending a lot of time with my family. I started working out and started lifting weights, and I didn't start lifting weights because I didn't want to be one of those people who like get canceled and then they come back jacked. That wasn't my intention, but I did start lifting just because, well, I had more free time, and I figured, I liked biking, and I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. I was like, whatever, I'll try. And I've actually been liking it a lot. I've just been having a lot of fun with it. I've been, every day I wake up, I try to do yoga when I wake up, and then I lift, and then I bike. So, I've been spending like 1 to 3 hours a day kind of working out, and it's been like really good for me. And it's kind of what I do when I wake up. I've been going to bed early because, well, fuck, going to bed early is actually really nice. So that's what I've been doing, working out. I got so many chores done around the house, and like, I'll go more into this later, but you don't realize like how much time alcohol like takes away, because it's like the drinking, and then you have to kind of, as I get older, like the hangovers for like a day or two, and then I'm fucking lazy, and like you don't realize like until you're not drinking like how much like it affects me. Like I've like pretty much redone my whole house. I'm working on the outside. I'm just doing a lot of shit that I normally wouldn't done. I think even like 2 weeks ago, I went to a baseball game, and during the week, and then I took my son to the baseball game, Universal, and I was like, oh, this is actually really nice. Like, I think I just got kind of caught up in always thinking I like needed to drink to have fun. and like if I'm going out, I got to drink, and you get kind of caught up, I think, in that, and then you realize like, oh, like I actually don't really, have to be drunk to enjoy things, and I think that kind of hit me really hard, and so that's kind of what I've been doing, just chores and taking care of myself and spending time with my family, and it's been really nice, man. I think I was kind of like in this like really weird bizarre world because I've been playing Melee. I've been part of like the public eye for since I was like 15, and it kind of made me realize like that's not how, like, I was kind of just living in like this really weird bizarre made up world where I thought it was okay to do, where I just kind of thought I can get away with this, do that, blah blah blah, get drunk every day, fuck it, kind of thing. And it, after like this month away, I've kind of realized like, that's kind of not, I think you just get kind of caught up in like, I don't know. I think this month for me, I realized a lot of things, and like, how like how I need to work, and like, it's been really good for me. I think in a funny way, I'm I'm sorry and I'm sad that like I feel like the best I ever have, and I like have such a clear mind, and like it sucks that I had to hurt people to get here, but I'm kind of happy in a weird way that it all happened. I think moving forward, I see things better, and like, I don't know, in its own way, like it's kind of a blessing in its own little way. Like I said, it sucks that like it happened the way it did, and I wish I didn't have to hurt and like upset so many people. But I think the way I am is like I'm such a I can see so clearly when I'm just like rock bottom, at my lowest. When I'm at my lowest, I always see the highest because I'm a fucking idiot, and that's just kind of the way my brain works. And like I think during the week when it happened, so like just like breeze through that. I woke up, obviously I was blackout, so I woke up and I checked my phone, and I'm like, that's not good. And then it just kept getting worse, and I was like, I was just like, okay, this can't be good for anybody. And it was just like, oh my God. I think if you've been drunk before and you just wake up, and like this has happened to me before, and just like you wake up and you hear what you did, or for me, I got to see what I did, and it was just like, oh man, it's such a awful fucking feeling, dude. Like, and then it got worse, and then I just like was like, well, this fucking sucks. And then the next day I got dropped by C9. I was like, well, this sucks more. And then the next day I got banned from tournaments. I was like, okay. And then the next day my Twitch got banned. So it was just like boom, boom, just like fucking punching the soul like over and over and over. And I'm just like laying in bed, dude, like fucking, I would stay in bed till like 7 p.m. just fucking crying all day. Just fucking, I only got out of bed because my fucking stomach hurt and I really needed to eat. And like, it sucked, man. And it was just like, you're having fucking, dark thoughts, and I'm just fucking thinking, I don't want to live anymore. It's fucking, this is stupid. And this is how I know I'm a fucking psycho, because like, and I think, not that I think I would act on it, but I feel like that's probably a normal thing that people will go that route in my shoes and what I had to go with. And again, like, I don't think I'm like the victim in this, but I'm still a fucking person, and it sucks because like I don't want people to feel bad or like shitty because of me, or uncomfortable, whatever the word. Like that's just not how I am. So it sucks for me like to know that I hurt people, and like, and I think like it sucked, and I know I'm a psycho because I was sitting there and I'm just in bed crying, and I'm just like, it'd be so easy, right, to end this all. And then I'm just like, and then my brain is a special place. I literally just thought of like all the people who would be happy if I ended it, or if I fucking never came back, or having a good laugh because Mango finally went down. All the people who were dunking on me for like free likes, and like using this time to like pretty much not give a fuck about me and just kind of throw me under the bus in whatever way. And I thought of those people, and I was just like, no, I really don't think so. I was just like, I might not be back today, I might not be back tomorrow, but I was like, that's just not how it's going down for me. And I was really sad, but I'm like, I'm going to get out of this. And I think, you guys will not get the last laugh out of me. And I told this to somebody, I won't say who. And they're like, bro, what about the people who love you? And I was like, honestly, they did not cross my mind during this. And then I said, I've given them enough great thoughts. They are not of importance right now. They have many great Mango memories. They are not what I care about right now. And I had this conversation with somebody and I was just like, I know maybe that's the wrong way to go, but that's just kind of how I am as a person. I wish I wasn't, but it really just kind of how I, am and the way I react to things. And like, I think this whole thing, like, I kind of saw a lot of myself as a person and like just seeing like, I got to know myself really well in this time. And, but I knew from like, just like I said, being at the bottom, like I just saw it all and I was like, no, like I know I'm better than this. And I can say all this because like I know how I am as a person. I'm not perfect. And if you go and ask anyone who's ever met me, and if they've met me sober in my whole life, maybe like 12 people will say something bad about me. I know I know the drinking, like I'm not blaming the drinking, but like it makes me do some dumb shit. And I see that now. Like, you know what I mean? Like I get it. And, like I totally understand that. And it's just like, I think, like I see a lot of things now, and so that's kind of, where I'm at. But, people are probably wondering like, what am I doing to like better myself? And, so I got the American treatment, recently, and it was kind of funny because, I love America through it all, but it finally got me because, I wanted to go to rehab, right? And like do that and do the whole thing. And then I check and I see how much rehab is, and I'm like, well, I just lost, 80% of my income. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can spring for that right now. And like I have money put away. Like I think people think I'm done with my money. I could probably soft retire now, finish paying off my house, get some shitty little part-time job. Like, trust me, I put money away. Like, I think people think I was like done with my money and I have none. Trust. I put some money away, but then I was like, okay, I can't. I'm like, I don't want to pay for that because I'm like, I think the parent came out of me. I was like, well, I'd rather use my money to, take care of my family. And I was already thinking like, I don't want to take my son out of private school, stuff like that. I think if you have kids, you'll understand, like, you kind of like, I kind of in that moment was like, well, I think I should, let me hold on. So I tried that, and then I was going to do therapy, right? And I didn't get to do like actual therapy, because again, I was going to do therapy, and then I was like, all right. And then I was like, oh no, I lost C9. I lost my insurance. So then I saw how much therapy was, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know if that's really what my, I don't know if I can really, in this moment, justify it, which is kind of fucked up. But thankfully people reached out to me, people within esports, friends I have who were like, I have somebody you can talk to. They're a therapist, psychologist. They deal with like substance abuse, and like a lot of people guided me, and they were like, they'll do it for free. They just want to talk to you and help you, and they're doing it as a favor for you, a favor for me. So I was able to talk to like a lot of people. People reached out, and obviously they all said like, don't worry about it. I'm not doing this for credit. You can just, keep me anonymous. So I did talk to, a lot of people. And it helped a lot. I talked to a lot of people, got a lot of different perspectives. And I think I appreciate everybody who reached out to me in that regard. And I was able to, talk. I think once I'm working on getting my insurance back, and when I do, I'll actually like go that route. I just feel like I couldn't. It's kind of fucked because like I want to better myself, but like I was like, I don't know if I could spring that money right now. And again, I'm not like, I said at the beginning, I'm not like asking for sympathy or anything. It's just kind of, where I'm at in that regard. So, I'll get to it, but I did, talk to a lot of people. I read some stuff. I watched videos about, drinking this. I trust me, I was doing my thing and I did a lot of research, talked to a lot of people. And, I'm feeling good about where I'm at. And, I'm proud to say, I know it's not a lot, but I am 3 weeks sober today. Not a sip of alcohol. And I don't really have an urge to, drink. The way, again, I don't know if I'm just psycho in the way I view things, but I view alcohol as like, I see alcohol as like a friend, and I feel like they just fucked me. And I was just like, I can't even look at alcohol. It's just like, I can't. I'm like, I can't talk to you right now. It's like the best way I can do it. I'm just like, nah, man, like, we've had some good times, but too many times have you fucked me. And I'm just like, and again, I'm, taking accountability. It's just kind of how I like look at things. And I'm just like, man, I can't, I don't have a desire to drink. That being said, I will say I've been drinking non-alcoholic beers, which have made this very easy. Ads? Alright, I'll chill for a bit. But, I think, kind of where I'm at with that. Take a quick little ad break. But, okay, yeah, I was gonna go into that. I did go to a few AA meetings. I can say I did not like it. I just don't think that format style, it just I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. And yeah, I didn't like it. And I tried. It was whatever. No, I don't really feel like I need to. I realize a big thing, like you're saying, I should post receipts of everything. And the way I see it is like being away for a month made me realize that like I don't feel like anyone's obligated to know anything about me that I don't want them to know. This last month was so fucking peaceful for me because I didn't have to talk about bullshit. I didn't have to ever like say this or that, and it was very, very nice and like liberating to just be like, no, like my life is my life and it's nice. And like I always share what I want to share with you guys, and I've always been that way. But it was a nice little month where I'm like, I don't have to talk about this or fucking controller course or fucking Zane's fucking dumbass cartwheel that I fucking probably would have talked about for a week and a half. Like shit like that in the small scope. And I think like, and that's just like, a quick little thing, but like that was kind of my life where I just felt like I had to talk about this. I had to talk about that. I had to talk about this, that. And like being away from it, I was just like, this is kind of nice. Like, I don't feel like, I don't know. It was nice. And, the month off was really nice for me, but, going forward, I think, so that's where I'm at. A big thing, like I said, I think a big thing was, I realized that, like I said, things are fun sober. I went to a baseball game. I've never gone to a baseball game sober. I'm pretty sure even when I went as a kid, I was kind of secondhand high or something. I don't know. I went to a fucking baseball game sober, and I'm like, this is a real test. And the Angels, well, we're doing okay, by the way, but that's not important. And I was like, all right, this is a big test for me. I'm like, if I can go to a baseball game and, with my family and have a good time. And dude, I had a great time because I realize now when you go to things sober, you just get to be a fat fuck. I had a hot dog. I had some ice cream. I had fucking nachos. what else? I had some hot Cheetos. I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, it was kind of different. And I was like, this is different, but I'm like, okay, like, and before I go any further, I want you guys to know now that I'm not drinking, all I do is eat all day. I don't even want to show you the snacks I have in my room. I have like 75 Rice Krispies in my room, a thing of beef jerky. All I do is eat. I'm such a fucking fat ass now. It's insane. And all I do is eat because I don't know if like, I think just because now I'm lifting and biking, I'm just so fucking hungry. I'm hungry right now. What do I have? I have nothing around me. But I'm just like, I think because of that, I'm just hungry. I'm so hungry all the time. You want to know something funny? Is I realized that my body like became reliant on like alcohol to poop. And like the first week when I wasn't drinking, I was like, I can't poop. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't realize it, but I needed like the alcohol to like clean me out. And I didn't realize it until like I stopped drinking. And then I was like, now you guys don't know what I do when I wake up? I have me a nice old person bowl of cereal with a banana. And then I shit 30 minutes later. I got it down. I got it nailed down. It's all good now. I got it together. So I think that's where I'm at. And then, you know, just, I realized, like I said, I did so much talking to people, friends, you know, after everything happened, I even talked in my Discord. All I've done is talk some more, apologize to millions, thousands, just, you know, that whole thing. And like, you know, like I said, I think I'm pretty happy with how I've handled things. And, I think, you know, a lot of people forgive me. I think everyone who reached out to me, like the week it happened, if you reached out to me, it was either Discord, Twitter. I fucking had like 800 emails from random fucks. You know, my friends, I had friends from high school message me like, and, you know, smash people, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And like, even randoms, I checked my Instagram. I had fucking people there. And like, I think everybody who reached out to me in that moment, I just, bottom of my heart, I think everyone who did will always have, you know, special place in my heart. Because when you're fucking, you know, having dark thoughts, and like those messages go such a long way, man. And like a lot of people were just like, you're a fucking idiot, is what half of my conversation started with. And I was like, we've known that's fine. But they're like, I know, a lot of people were just like, I know how you are, like that doesn't represent you. And like, you know, I think it's like, I know you can come back, and I'm excited to see it. And I realized too, just like fucking alcohol is just, it's fucking, oh my God, I've just handicapped myself for like 10, 15 years, man. And it's like, oh my God, like now that it's just it was such a handicap for me. Although I will say, if I didn't drink, I probably would have never lost a Melee tournament. And I think things would have been boring. So that's all I got. Now I can do a humble run now. But let me tell you something. We'll see. I'm just saying, I realize now that like alcohol has just handicapped me, and I see it now. I think I had a lot of fun on alcohol, but like when I look at it, it's like, I think just like all the down moments of my life, and like people I've let down or made uncomfortable or whatever, it's just always with alcohol. And it's like, I see that now that I'm, you know, 3 weeks sober, and like, I understand now. It took, you know, I'm sad that it took all of this, but I see it. I see it. I have no desire to drink, and I realize it's just kind of handicapped me, man. And, so I think just going forward, I have no, intentions of drinking. I feel like, I think people will take me more seriously if I'm just, you know, cut it out completely. I think it'll be better for me. I think It's okay. I think it's been really easy not to drink. And I don't know what that says about me or drinking, but it's been pretty easy. But I think a lot of this just comes down to like, I think, not to bring up like being a top player, but I think since I just know the work it takes to like get good at things and like the work. So like in my head, it's just like, well, we can't do it. And then that's that. Like same reason when I lost the weight, it was really easy because I just kind of used that like thing to be like, all right, this is what we got to do. This is the plan. You got to put the work in. And that's kind of where it is. No, I think for me, it'll be easy just because I feel like I have a stream to keep me accountable. If I didn't stream and I said, fuck it, I would have been at the bar, probably just been like, well, but since I have a stream to keep me accountable and it's like, I'm in like this fucking spotlight, it's just like, it's not worth it. It's just like, it's not worth it. And you know, it's just not worth it. I don't know how else to say it. It's not worth it in any way. And it's like, and you know, like I said, I feel fucking great. You guys are complimenting my skin. It shines. I feel good, man. I don't ever feel like shit. I get up at like 8:30 a.m. I do fucking yoga and then I fucking get chores done and then I fucking do whatever I want. I read a few books. I was reading before bed for like a week. I'm not gonna tell you what I read. So that was a great book. And I think, you know, I see life without alcohol, and it's just so much better than my life with alcohol. And I think like it kind of sucks because I feel like I kind of fell like victim to like getting caught in a character, and it was like I was just Mango. It's like I have to drink because I just feel like I have to drink, and it kind of sucks because I was like. And I'm not using that as an excuse, but it's just like, well, fuck, I gotta get fucked up. I remember, too, at the LUD event when it happened. I won't say who said it, because it's not important. But they're like, oh my god, it's Mango. I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? And they were like, well, I said, it's a girl. Now you know. She was like, oh, so you're the drunk guy. And I remember in the moment being like, is that how people think of me? I'm just the drunk guy? And then I was like, in the moment, I was like, I'll fucking show you the drunk guy, motherfucker. I wish I knew what I knew now, and I could have been like, yeah, maybe I don't want to be the drunk guy. But in the moment, I was like, I'll fucking show you the drunk guy, motherfucker. And then I got too drunk. Whatever. And then I was the drunk guy, son of a bitch, and nothing I could do about it. And that's just, you know, kind of how it goes down. And, I can finally, you know, kind of laugh at it. Not to say, like, it still sucks. And I think till the day I die, it'll sit in the back of my heart, the back of my conscience, and, like, I'll always think about it. And, like, I like, it'll always be there. I think forever. Yeah, I lost everything. I lost my sponsor. I lost my community. I lost fucking a shitload of money. I lost my insurance. People will probably never change their opinion of me. Like, I really feel like I just lost, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I went to jail, and now I'm out of jail, and now I'm living the life of somebody who got out of jail. Thankfully, I do have a fucking amazing foundation, and I can, you know, regrow, and all I can do every day is, try to be better, and that's all I really want to do is be that. So I think my plans going forward is I'm not drinking. I want to go back to streaming. I was thinking there was a part where I was like, yeah, fuck streaming. I give Joey the channel. He can do whatever, and I was going to go get a job. I was like, I can take this time to pursue my life dream of selling used cars, because I do think, and you guys think I'm joking? I'd sell the fuck out of some used cars, but that's maybe for content for another day. And I thought about it. I was really thinking, like maybe I don't want to come back, but I was like, no, I gotta come back, and like I was nervous today. I didn't want to do this stream. I don't want to do this. I want to be, I want to play games and say stupid shit and laugh and then go to sleep. But I think I just kind of had to get out of the way and like rip off the Band-Aid, and because I do want to stream, and I'm gonna stream full time. By the way, I'm not streaming today. Or I'm streaming right now, but I'm gonna take off like a week or two. I'm not back yet. I just wanted to update. And then I want to get some more things done. I'm not ready to come back yet. I want to get a few more things done, and then I'm not ready to come back yet. I just wanted to rip off the Band-Aid because eventually I was gonna have to have this, and I want to update people. Like I said, I know people care about me, and and I just want to work my way back in. I'm not ready to like fully come back. I'm not ready to fully come back, so I just wanted to update while I felt it was the time. It's been a month. I'll probably I might take another month off. I might take a week off. I just wanted to fill people in, and update them, and pretty much just kind of that. And I think it's going to be crazy because I think so if you guys don't know, I've my relationship with Melee is kind of, so obviously I'm banned from Melee. I got a year ban, which I'm not arguing it, and I think if you're a fan of me, I don't want any of you to like harass the TOs or like I don't expect any of my fans to, I will take that. I will take the year ban from majors, and just it is what it is. And if you're a fan of mine, I think you just will take it. I think I think you respect that, and I think the reason the TOs didn't probably post it is because they didn't want the harassment and all the stuff that comes with it, and I think that's fair. So again, I think a year, if they want to do a year and a half, 2 years, I'm up for it. I think being a part of Melee is like a privilege, and I unfortunately lost my privilege. I do think I've done a lot of good and positive in Melee, but I did lose my privilege of that. And, I'm okay with it. Maybe in 6 months, 9 months, year and a half, I come back. And I'm not, this isn't like, I haven't talked to the TOs about this. But maybe in 6, 7 months, I'm like, hey, I'm doing pretty good. What do you guys think? I'm not going to spam them to come back. If they say after a year, we're going to add some more time. And, I'm not in a rush to get back. I think as much as I would, I love Melee community, obviously, and I would love to get back to see all my friends. But I think right now, I think my plans are work on myself, get my channel going again, and then when I think I'm ready, I will, work on the Melee part. But the Melee stuff is not, the Melee aspect is not my biggest concern. I am sorry. I feel like I let the Melee community down, as somebody who's one of the top dogs. And I know, like, I've just been a drunk idiot at Melee tournaments and just fucking dumbass. And like looking back on it now, it's just like, I think now, I've only been 3 weeks sober. But I swear at my core, I'm just a really smart person. I know it doesn't show, but like I understand things and I see things, and now like I look back and I'm just like, you just feel so stupid, man. And I had a lot of fun, but it's also like so many things of like just being an idiot, and I'm just like, God damn it. And like I said, I think for me, it's just kind of the way I am, where I have to just be so in the dumps to see myself fully, like, and I think, I think looking back, it's just like, kind of roll my eyes. I'm like, you stupid fuck. Like, whatever. And, eventually I'll laugh at it. Now I'm just kind of like, just one of those. I'm just like, God damn it. And, so yeah, I think I'm fine with the band, whether I'm fine or I'm not, it doesn't matter. I think, I'm okay with it. The TOs, like I said, if they want to add more time when the time comes, that's fine. I would love to be welcome back one day, because Melee's just been a part of my life, my whole life. I would love to play again. Mostly, just to make things right and come back to my community that I love and, has been a part of my life. But again, I'll check in a few months and see what things are like. If maybe, we'll see. But that's like, that is kind of where I'm at. And again, I just think I don't want anyone to harass anybody. Just, like I said, I took the blame for it. It was my fault. If you're a fan or we're a fan, I think you can just respect that. And, that's all I asked for. And, so I think that's about where I'm at. Ads. I think, I'm trying to think if I left anything out. Let me see. I had some notes written somewhere. I just wanted to go over bullet points. But I think I think I got about everything. But yeah, I think I got about everything. Go Birds. I will say not drinking will be tested during football season. And it's kind of funny, but that'll be my my biggest test. I don't know if I can not drink during an Eagles game, but we'll see when the time comes. If we back to back, I might have to have a beer or two. But we'll see what happens when the time comes. We'll see. Maybe just one. Maybe two. We'll see what happens. We'll see. But like I said, I've done a lot of things sober that you guys and I went fucking bowling, and in my head I'm like, bowling's gonna be fucking lame sober. I'm just back in my mind like, I don't want to do this, but I was like, fuck it, let's fucking bowl. I had the time of my life, and I actually bowled 100. I've only ever bowled drunk. I averaged 44. I was like, ooh, ooh, I was kind of gaming. So I think. I'm joking about the Eagle stuff, but, I think, I went to a baseball game sober. I never went to this. I've done a lot of things sober, and I'm like, oh, this is fine. I think, I'm just seeing the other side, and it's really not that bad. And, see, I think, yeah, I have, like I said, I have no intention of drinking. Like I said, I just view drinking as, a fucking friend who just did me so wrong, and I'm just like, I can't look at you, and maybe for me, that's, how it works, and I'm just like, I have not drank. I did drink, so I tweeted initially that I wasn't gonna drink, but I'm gonna be honest, I think in my spot, any fellow drunk asshole would probably drink a little bit. So since the incident, I've only been drunk one time. One time. Now, before you judge me, it was 4 or 5 days after, and I sat right in this chair. I drank a whole bottle of gin, and I just sat here and cried till 4 a.m. No words, no screens, no nothing. I sat right here and just fucking cried and just sat here till 4 a.m. and just drank. And I was like, and I wanted to do that so that I could remind myself to this is how shit you feel. And I want you to remember this, like, next time you drink, that this was the result of all of that. And I kind of remember that, where I'm just like, you know, just remember that. Like, the reason we feel this shitty, and, you know, and like, for me, it's like, yeah, I don't ever want to sit at my fucking chair till 3, 4 a.m. just fucking drinking in the room, dark. And, you know, when I think about drinking, I'm like, I don't want to feel that way again. And, you know, kind of, like I said, I'm a psycho. I need things to be like that for me to be like, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks, but like, I think the week it happened, like, I learned a lot about myself, and like, I get a lot of things, and, you know, I just think that's just like, that was the last time I got drunk, and like, I think I needed that. I think I had to get it out one more time. So, I think that's where I'm at. No, I think like I said, I'm saying everything that, like, I'm just speaking from my heart. I'm just telling you guys all that happened. Some of it was good. Some of it was bad. Some of it was sad. But, you know, that's what happened to me, man. Like, and I've, you know, just kind of said what I needed to say. Like, it was not the first week was, I think, the worst week of my life. And I would not wish that on anybody. It was not fun, man. I was just crying all day and fucking wasn't eating, and you're just having dark thoughts, and it's just like, it just sucked. I do not wish that on anybody. But I think now, like, I can kind of joke about it. Like, the first 2 weeks, I didn't want to see anybody. People were like, oh, we should hang out. And I was like, you don't want to see me like this, bro. My fucking eyes are puffy. I don't think I showered for like 2-3 days. I just laid there. Good thing I'm not smelly. But I was just laying there. I was just like, I don't want to do nothing. This sucks. This sucks so bad. And I think it was only bad because it was literally C9 into tourney ban, into Twitch ban. So it's just like, it never ended. It's just every day I woke up and it was like, oh, cool. Oh, would you look at that? Oh. It was just like, it never, ever fucking ended. It was just like, oh my god, please just let it end. Please. And I'm gonna tell you something funny. And I wish I was making this up. It was straight out of a sitcom, man. I was literally watching, I watched a bunch of poker the first week because I just had it in the background just for something. And I was watching poker and I'm just laying there like at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. and I'm literally mid crying. And I'm just laying there. Just crying. Watching my little shitty stream. And and then in my head, I shit you not, I go, well, I don't think it can get any worse. I said that and then, oh my god, like 2 minutes later, my fucking stream, cuts off and my heart fucking stops. And I'm like, oh my god, they banned my Twitch. Cause I've been banned before. And this happened last time I got banned. And my fucking thing stops and I'm just like, I'm just praying that it's not a lifetime ban. I'm just like, my heart skips. I'm already crying. And I'm just like, please, just don't give me the lifetime ban. Give me a month, give me 2 months, give me 6 months. Do not fucking give me the lifetime ban. And then I go, and then I didn't get an email. Cause like I was using my C9 email and then it got, taken away. So it was like, and then they didn't send it. I don't know. It was a bunch of shit. And then finally I checked. It was only 7 days. And I was just like, now it can't get any worse. I was like, hey, I think now we're good. I think. And then it's just like, every day was just like, oh man, it sucked. Again, and I said at the beginning, I'm not looking for sympathy. I just wanted to tell you guys, where I'm at. And I feel like I've covered everything. Again, 3 weeks sober. I'm gonna, when I come back to streaming, I do want to have like a little counter. I think we're just coming back. We're gonna change the vibe of the stream. I already have my first idea. We're replacing 40 Friday with Fitness Friday. Stay tuned for details. That's my only idea that I have so far. But I think that's kind of where I'm at. I think the whole vibe of the stream, I just want it to be like very positive. I think going forward, I would love like to help people who have drinking problems. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate that to the stream, but I would love to help. I would love to somehow help, women feel safe at events. Again, these are all ideas that I would love to go through. I don't really have them polished, but I think going forward, it's something that I would, like to do. Don't really have any kind of ideas. I just got some brainstorming stuff. I'll figure it out. Again, if you're just joining, I'm not coming back to streaming yet. I'm ending stream. I'm just kind of rambling my last few things, and then I'll be back in either 1, 2, 3 weeks, a month. I'm just kind of rambling some stuff. And I think going forward, I would, like to go that route, kind of help and do what I can. But I think that's kind of where I'm at. My plan for Smash, again, I'm banned for a year, and I think that's fair. I'm not arguing it. Again, don't want anybody else to argue it or harass TOs. And I think the reason they didn't want to post it was for that reason, which, as somebody who's been, crucified by the internet 10, 20 times, this is not my first rodeo. Obviously, this one was the worst, but it's not fun. And it doesn't get easier, and it's just like, I get why, they don't want to do it, because it's just unnecessary hate that you don't really, want to deal with. So I understand that. And I think that's about it. I'm trying to think if I missed any something. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting for me, because I won't probably be streaming Melee, because I have no reason to play Melee. I'll probably play Melee like once a week, just because I miss Falco. But I think it's gonna be kind of weird. I'm gonna have it opens up so much potential time to No, I'm not speaking for the TLs. I'm just saying from what I think is their point of view. I'm not speaking for anybody. And I think it's gonna open up some crazy things with my stream and like what I'm gonna do. But we'll see. I will figure it out. But I think I got everything off my chest. I think I just kind of feel it's good to see everybody, and without being corny, like, I lost my community, and I know the whole like parasocial thing, but like I've always been kind of the opposite, where like I've gotten to know a lot of people in my community. I've DM'd people in my community. I've, talked to people every day. They come in, they say hi. And like, it sucks. I haven't seen anybody in a while, and like I lost everything. And again, I'm not looking for sympathy, but they grilled me, man. I got sent to the Shadow Realm.